Well, howdy there, Bronco fans. Shad Ring here with the Denver Bronco Booster Club and Bronco Planet, and we got a special guest with us. One of the things we're going to try and do this year is feature some of the greatest fans out there, and all the way from Connecticut, Andrew Young is in the house. So, Andrew, you went to your first game the other day, Sports Authority Field. Turned out to be a pretty good one. What were your thoughts?
I thought the game was incredible. It was a magical feeling just being there for the first time, being a fan my whole life, and then finally being able to watch my team in person was just, it was something I'll never forget.
It was loud. First half had a little opportunity. The second half, boy, did Peyton Manning pour it on. So anyway, how in the world do you end up being a Denver Bronco fan all the way out in Connecticut?
Well, I started off being a fan because of the colors. Orange, my favorite color, and I really wanted a Terrell Davis jersey. No, matter of fact, a John Elway jersey when they switched to the new ones, the dark blues. And then that season they ended up winning the Super Bowl, and then the next year they won again. And then really the first season I was going to be a lifer, because when Pat Bowlen said this one's for John and that helicopter, it was just the kind of things that you just never forget that. And that moment made me a fan forever.
That's awesome. Now, I've been seeing you a lot out in the old social media. I'm down at the parking lot like we always do, running around with all the fans, and I look over and there's a music video happening. Tell me a little bit about your music career and kind of what you're doing and tying that with the Broncos.
Yeah, I go by TheMadFanatic, and I make music about the Broncos. I made a whole album last year called Mile High Music, where it's not really so much of a pregame album, because it captures like a lot of the history. Like there's a song called The Drive, there's This One's for John, so it's not all hype music. But this year I'm doing a project called Unfinished Business, because I feel like we should have finished the business we started last year.
Got that
and I'm
right.
making a song for every single game, specifically about that game, and a music video. And we just shot a music video in the parking lot at the tailgate, and that's what you saw for Orange Crush, which is just going to be an anthem about the defense.
So how do you go, how's the preparation for something like that? How do you get in the zone to do something that you do? Because here at Bronco Planet we have zero musical talent.
I just love the Broncos, so the inspiration is always there. I just watch the games, read about them, blog. I feel certain ways about certain things, or I'm impressed with a certain player and I want to talk about it. And then when you have to play a certain team, like if someone says, write a song about the Raiders, I have a million things to say about the Raiders. I'm never going to stop hating the Raiders. I'm never going to run out of material to say about the Raiders. If we play Tom Brady, same thing. The Ravens, this was a really easy song to create because I had so much emotion after that loss, as I'm sure everybody in Bronco Planet.
Oh man, that was hard. I'm still getting through the therapy classes, but we're almost there now, and it helped a little bit the other day. So tell me a little bit about some of the influences on you. Like who are some of the, both musically and then from the Broncos side, who are some of the people you look up to?
Musically, my biggest influences are probably Ryan Tedder, because I used to be a singer-songwriter first. I love Ryan Tedder. I love R. Kelly. And then as a rappers, I like Jay-Z and Tupac. But on the team, I really look up to, he's not on the team anymore, but I look up to John Elway. He's like, to me, he's like my biggest inspiration, because like I was trying to tell you before, that whole him failing multiple times and coming close, but still pushing and pushing and pushing, and eventually having his moment, that always, like, it's inspiring to me. I always feel like I may lose, but eventually I could still have that moment.
There's a couple of great heroes that you have, and it's funny, we got to spend some time out with the Broncos at camp this year, and I got to ask a lot of the players, who's your favorite musical artist? And Jay-Z came up the most out of all the other artists. He was there, as he should. All right, so give me a little prediction now. We obviously started off pretty well, so tell me about what's in your mind for the rest of the year. How do you see it playing out?
Well, I originally was like, we're going 19-0. Even though people say that's some homer stuff, I really believe we're going to be like the 07 Pats offensively, and I have no doubt about our defense. But I was really reassured the other day, because I'm like, the reason why I was like, we might lose 2 because the loss of Von Miller was kind of big. But then I was like, I want to see how Sean Phillips looks. I want to see how Terrence Knighton looks. I want to see if they can get any pressure up the gut. And I was impressed with Sean Phillips. I was impressed with the defense altogether. So I'm going back to my 19-0 prediction.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And that's why you're here today. We don't let people in that are mediocre fans. Only the diehard fans are here at Bronco Planet. So how are you going to go through? Are you going to wait and do the videos every week as the season goes? Or are you going to try and just write them and get them done as the season goes?
A little bit of both. Like certain songs, they're like, you can make them in advance because you know what the storyline's already. But some, they're like, you want to wait and see how it kind of unfolds, if any players get injured or any new storylines arise. Like Little Brother was easy to do in advance because I live around nothing but Giants fans, like an hour from New York, and I get all these Giants fans coming up to me all the time saying Eli's better than Peyton. And I'm like, Eli is Peyton's little brother, and he's always going to be Peyton's little brother. So I made a whole song about that. So that was an easy song to write. The rematch I had 6 months or whatever to prepare for that. But like the next few songs, Raider Week, same thing. The Raider Week song is like saying that the Raiders are weak and that the rivalry's starting to die because of them, so they need to kind of step their game up, at least give us some competition for Monday Night Football. But for most of them, I'm just going to watch the games and see whatever I feel like doing at that time.
Very nice, very nice. So, all right, well, tell the folks out there, where's the best way that they can follow you and all this great musical stuff you're doing?
The best way is to go to TheMadFanatic.com and follow me on Twitter at TheMadFanatic, Instagram TheMadFanatic, or just Google TheMadFanatic. But Unfinished Business is the name of the project. Make sure you check it out. It's free. You can go to my website and just download it for free. There's going to be a video for it for every single song, and there's going to be a song for every game, including if we go to the playoffs and if we go to the Super Bowl. There's going to be, no matter what, it's not going to be over until we finish the business.
Well, you heard it right here, folks. This is a match made in heaven. Bronco Planet, once again, zero musically talent. We have one of the best out there right now. Rising star, great stuff that you're doing, and it's tied to the Broncos. I mean, you're right down our wheelhouse. So I want to thank you for coming here to Denver. You got to cheer us on out there, represent out there on the East Coast, and well, man, we can't wait to get you back to Denver. We'll see you come playoff time, I would assume.
Absolutely, I'll be here if we make it. When we make it to the playoffs, I'm going to be here before the first game.
That sounds perfect. Well, we'll talk to you then. We'll see how that prediction's holding out. So you know where to catch us here at Bronco Planet, and right there, man, great talent right here at Bronco Planet.